Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday. At least I'm pretty sure it's Sunday. As far as I'm aware. Sunday, August 25th. How are we all doing? Oh my god, it's the dancing guy. It's me. What the fuck is going on? 1, 2, 3? So stupid. I can't imagine a reality where I dance on camera. You know? That's probably not happening ever. It's unlikely, to say the least. Have you hit the top 1% of Concord 700 players yet? Not yet, but man, oh man, the dream is alive. The dream's alive, my friends. Let me share this on Twitter real quick.
Putting it up.
1, 2, 3. There we go.
Stabs Sharut's glance and gather intel on the revolt. What happened? Did it cut out?
No. We're taking a moment to pay homage.
You switched it off? We got work to do. Captain, turn it back on.
I'm with Linux. We should acknowledge the sacrifice.
Why are you kissing a tchotchke?
This is an authentic item from the starship in Placard.
I couldn't give a fuck about what the hell they're talking about. Let's see. Chris, I wanted, what does that say? Why is it giving me the option to pin the message? It's getting in the way. Chris, I wanted to tell you I finally found a Disney relative. The voice actor for Courtney Gears from the third Ratchet and Clank game is named Melissa Disney and is believed to be his great-granddaughter. That's crazy. I wonder how well off she is. Makes me wonder how Sony is going to handle the game moving forward. Yeah, well... Oh, boy. We'll see. We'll see. We shall see. Holy shit, is that Chris Concord Reagan, the most popular Concord streamer this side of the world? It is me. It is indeed me. You've recognized correct. Your eyes, you do not have face blindness. Your visual receptors, your cones and rods, if you will, are acting accordingly. They are well oiled. Because that is indeed me. Please do not freak out. I know this is a big day. Let me see what... Is this the Destiny 3 beta? Oh, God. Thank God, no. Thank God it's not. Thank God it's not. Thank God it's not. Your rods aren't meant to be oiled. Whatever. Guess you could say they are act accordingly. Act concordingly, yes. Well, that's it, guys. Let me see. See what we're doing. Are you going to play Marvel Rivals? Yeah, probably. I think I will. I just don't know if I'm that interested in it. I can't believe Halo 5 finally got an update. Is that real? What? What is the update? What could that possibly be? Have you played Wukong? Yeah, I played a little bit of Wukong. It's you know, it's fine. It's like it's about a Stellar Blade kind of game, you know what I mean? It's exactly like a 7.5. You know what I mean? It's fine. From what I've played so far, which is like not a ton, but like I've played like about 6 hours, 7 hours of it. And it's like, yeah, I get it. It's not bad.
That's all there is to it.
Is Black Myth Wukong woke? I don't know. But it's it's definitely, you know, fine. The hype Wukong is getting seems crazy to me. It's not hype, it's just it's a game that was made in China that is being played by a lot of people in China. So it's by default the most popular thing in the world. But there's plenty of popular things that aren't, like, as good as you would assume them to be. Damn, that could have been a double if I was, like, better. Seems fine, but people say it's good. It's definitely not Game of the Year. Dude, I don't even think it's, like... It's not. I personally think it's not even really as good as Helldivers, right? Quite frankly.
I won't tell you twice.
That guy was just running the entire time.
The enemy lurk going here. Attention.
Heads up, grenade!
I have to say, man, it does feel pretty good to move around in this. It is a shame that this is definitely going to fail, because I do think there's a pretty competent understanding of how a first-person shooter should feel. Haha.
Incoming grenade!
We're pulling ahead.
Is that all you've got?
Ooh, I need health. Ooh, health is necessary right now. Oh no, you've killed me. Oh no.
Going here. Danger.
Why are you playing the tactical knife hunter? I don't know, I like it. It feels good. She feels good to move around with. The biggest problem with this game, honestly, is that a lot of the characters, like this is definitely the best feeling character in the game. Like by a lot, I think.
I'm loving this.
Going this way.
And you're done.
But this is exactly my speed, you know, like this kind of character.
Hold up, I need to heal.
Like it is really smooth. Ooh. Ooh. Gotta get out of here. Are the others less mobile? Yeah, when I die, I'll show you like how it feels, because a lot of them feel really sluggish, which is confusing because they're clearly capable of building a character that feels really good to move around with if they made this character. So like I just don't. I get you have to differentiate characters and stuff.
The best of the best right here. Healing up.
But whoa. Ooh, dude, I'm fucking... Yo, did I just make the song of the fucking summer, dude? I feel like I'm trouncing right now. I might actually be the best Concord streamer.
Enemy! I can smell him from here.
Oh, baby. Look at that. Oh. Feels good.
Moving my tail here. Healing. One sec.
I'm like the ninja of Concord.
Four here. Scampering here.
Is that all you got?
Get fucked. You're also the only Concord streamer that's true.
One here.
Ooh. Oh no. Yo, I am fucking surviving, dude.
Hold up, I need to heal.
Yeah, dude, it's hard. It's hard to justify the money, man. That's really the worst part of this game is that, like, I feel like as a free-to-play game, this actually could have done really well. Shit, I missed every single.
Come get it.
Dude, did I die at all? Agent Abed with a prime, thank you. That's crazy, dude. I want to see my stats. But there's no post-game carnage report in video games anymore. Yeah, it's $40, which is, I just think too much. Like, I feel like this could have been, in like 2015, this would have been sick for $40. But there's too many good free games. You know? It's just, it's too, You're the best Concord streamer in a sense that Stubbs the Zombie Rebel Without a Pulse is the best Stubbs the Zombie game. That is true. Where's my, oh, the scoreboard. There it is. 1 death. Not bad. Not bad. But this one has cutscenes. That's why it's got to be worth $40. It's just too much, man. It's crazy that it actually looks like a fun game despite Twitter. The $40 price tag was a killer for sure. Yeah, I think there's a couple of reasons. I think the $40 price tag was just unwise. I think, honestly, I think the art design just isn't very good. But I do think it probably would have been fine if it was just free. You know what I mean? Like, it's a shame because it does feel good to play. It's just definitely not worth $40 in this day. Like, especially when like Marvel Rivals is like around the corner. I think they spent too much time trying to justify like, well, how can we make a premium Sony first party, live service hero shooter? Like, how can we do that? And the answer to that was like, oh, we'll put a lot of money into cutscenes and, story, and we'll have like, vignettes every week that'll be like fully voice acted and fully motion captured. And it's like, I don't think you really needed any of that, man. You have a really competent game here that's actually pretty decent to play, and it would have been, if getting rid of those story cutscenes meant that you could justify putting the game out for free, then you probably would have been better off doing that. Oh, wait, let me,
That's right.
wait, can I undo that? Yeah, let me pick a different character to show you. Well, that's a heavy character. We'll do this guy. I haven't played with many of these guys. So I actually don't remember how this guy moves, but it's definitely less satisfying.
They want to fight, huh? Then give it to them.
No one cares about the story for a multiplayer game. Yeah, exactly. I think they would have outsold their $40. Yeah.
Ready to blow it up?
Yeah, like it just kind of...
Definitely gonna feel this in the morning.
Yeah, it's just... It's a lot less smooth, you know? I unironically enjoyed my time spent with the open beta. Yeah, I don't think it's bad. The narrative around this game is interesting because it really isn't... It's really not a bad game. It's just there's no reason for it at the price point that they're trying to sell it for. Could you see them pivoting to free-to-play? I think it's too late because too many people bought the game already. Like, when was the last time somebody... Like... I don't know if there's really much historical precedent for a game costing money and then successfully pivoting to free-to-play soon enough to save it. You know, like, I remember... Overwatch 2? No, but Overwatch was successful for years before that happened. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think of, like... The one that comes to mind is... Do you guys remember that game Evolve? It was the Turtle Rock guys, the guys who made, I believe, like the studio behind Left 4 Dead. And they made that kind of action, kind of co-op.
Deploying healing.
Destiny 2 did it after years. Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's like, it usually takes years for that. And I don't know if Concord has years. You know what I mean? Are you playing this ironically, or do you actually enjoy this game? I do like it, actually. I just, you know. Is it worth $40? No. Realistically, how many copies do we realistically think this is sold? Dude, my guess...
That's right.
Genuinely, my guess would be probably like 200,000. Or something like that. And that's like... That's like a high estimate. That's like a high estimate. Like, I have to assume, like, maybe, like, some people... Like, at least, you have to imagine how many... Like, how many PlayStation 5s are there? Like, there's many millions. I would have thought way less, actually. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think, like... 200,000 is, like, a nice guess. But it's still a failure. Like, they would need... Like, they would need, like, 200,000 minimum. You know what I mean? 15K to soft 25K max? Yeah. That's probably more realistic. I just have to imagine that, like... It's on the front page of PlayStation, you know? I have to imagine that, like, there's probably a lot of people who bought it. I have no doubt that on Steam, it's way less popular. Like, I think it's definitely... Like, even the scoreboard, you can kind of see, right? Like, does it say? Yeah, most of the people in this lobby are on PlayStation. You know? Oh. So I have to assume that it's probably a lot more popular on PlayStation than it is on Steam. I just wonder, like, what the disparity is.
I won't tell you twice.
Like, how much worse is it on Steam than it is on PlayStation? Or is it, like, pretty successful on PlayStation, but just completely bombing on Steam? Because that is possible. You know what I mean? I just really don't know. It has 350 reviews, so maybe like 7K on Steam. Yeah.
You're gonna remember me.
But no, I think it actually plays pretty well. It's just like, dude, the price tag is just too it's too steep for a game like this. What the fuck was that?
Hold up, I need to heal.
Oh, damn it. Oh, fuck. Damn. The fact that it never got, there's no way they go free to play because the $40 buyers will, yeah, it's a lose-lose situation. Like, you have to, like, basically go free to play after, what? You have to imagine, like, a year? Maybe then you can do it? But I just don't know if the game's going to survive for a year. I don't know if it's going to survive long enough to even do that. Damn. There's too many free-to-play games in this economy that are worth your time. So the idea of getting somebody to drop $40 on what is ostensibly a good game, it's a hard sell, you know? Especially since there's no single player. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, you put a lot of money into the... If only Self-Actor Psychokinetic Wars came out today. Yo, Self-Actor was the shit. Fuck. What the fuck?
Coming your way.
Ooh.
Healing up. Almost there. Keep it up.
Uh-oh. Besides the boring characters, I just can't get down with the crew bonus mechanic that forces character switching and dying. I don't even... Can I be honest with you? I don't even know what that is. I'm playing this game. I'm not paying attention to that at all. Hotspur123 with the Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. Yeah, I really have no idea what that even is. I've just been playing the characters that I like to play as. The developers seem competent, but this is just not market viable. Yeah.
I knew we'd come out on top. Never had
I agree, basically. I think the dev talent is there. I just don't, you know. The marketing, or like the pitch, I think, was misguided. It's poorly explained, but basically the reason why most characters have very slow base speed... I don't understand. Like, wait. What is the mechanic here? That like you get a boost to your XP if you switch characters or whatever. Devs are really talented. If this thing fails, I hope they get another chance. Yeah, I think the most likely thing that will happen to them is, I don't know. Sony did buy this studio, like outright. So I don't know if they'll ever. I don't know if they'll like drop them. You know what I mean? I don't know if they'll just like close the studio. I think what's going to happen is probably. I don't know, maybe they'll... like, if the studio does shutter, it might be just, like, functionally. Like, they might... Because it's good FPS development here. So they'll probably get absorbed into, I don't know, maybe Bungie support, maybe Marathon support, maybe something like that. But they'll exist in the same way that all those studios exist to support Call of Duty. You know, they won't shutter, but they won't be making their own games. Because it is, dude, I mean, I don't know. It's talent that I think is worth holding on to because it's good. It's just, you missed the mark here. I actually think the Sony, like the Sony part of this is the worst part of it. The idea of like, oh, let's have like fully motion captured fucking cutscenes in this looter shooter. Or not this looter shooter, in this hero shooter. It's like, no, dude. Like, you don't need this.
Nothing wrong with some friendly competition.
I keep hearing the $40 argument, but I don't know why it was okay for Helldivers, but not this game. Maybe because Overwatch 2 is free and Helldivers has no market rival. That is ultimately how I feel about it, is that, like, Helldivers was playing to an audience that is deeply underserved. There really isn't a lot of, like, high-quality, like, team-based, cooperative, physics-oriented grind. Like, it's very unique as far as, like, the type of, like, audience that it's serving. Whereas, like, this is the Overwatch audience. This is the Marvel Rivals audience. This is, you know, there's a lot of games like this. Helldivers, I haven't felt like Helldivers is a game that I haven't felt. I was playing Helldivers last night. You know, and it just, like, it hits, man. It's just, it's good. It's got those, like, Gears of War 2 Horde mode, like Halo 3 ODST firefight vibes that I haven't really seen placated, or that I haven't really seen served in modern games really for like 10 years. And there have been attempts to do it. Like, I think Back 4 Blood was an attempt. You have some examples like Vermintide, kind of. But, like, generally speaking, they're not like these big AAA kind of ordeals. And I think Helldivers was like, hey, here's this kind of game, but it's very specifically old school. And it's not a sweat fest, you know? Oh, damn. World War Z is pretty fun. Yeah, World War Z is okay. I didn't hate it as much as... I liked it more than Back 4 Blood, for sure. Back 4 Blood was such a misstep, man. Back 4 Blood really could have been so good. Helldivers got boring fast as shit. I don't really agree. I haven't played Helldivers in a while, and I played it, like, last night for the first time in months, and I had a really good time with it. I just think it's like anything. It's like, you know, video games, video games are all repetitive. You know what I mean? There's no such thing as, like, when people say, like, a video game is repetitive, it's like the worst criticism ever, because video games are repetition. Like, that's like the point. I guess the only thing that really matters is how noticeable it is that something is repetitious. You know, how annoying is the repetition? And so Helldivers, yeah, it's repetitive, and, like, if you overplay it, it'll get boring, I'm sure. But if you take a break and come back to it, it's still pretty fun. Why am I not? What the fuck? Yeah, sex is repetitive. It's hard to pinpoint what Concord's art style is exactly. Yeah, I don't even know how to begin that conversation. But yeah, no, Helldivers is great. I do think Helldivers needs to add some stuff, for sure. Like, they need some, they need to do some more with it, but I think what's there is really great. Pastel Star Trek, yeah. It just feels like not Guardians of the Galaxy to me.
Healing up.
I think the thing I didn't like about Back 4 Blood was that it was so close to being a very simple, like, zombie you know, horde shooter, and then they just added all this like unnecessary like customization to it. Like when I'm playing a game like Left 4 Dead, I don't want to be thinking about like, what scope do I want on my fucking sniper rifle, and like, oh, do I want the extended mag? Like, no, this is the wrong kind of environment for this. Like, no one gives a shit. Just give me like, I miss when certain games were just like, this is the shotgun. It shoots. This is the pistol. The pistol pists. You know? Like I don't like the whole like, oh, what the fuck? I want an extended mag and like a longer barrel and fucking I want like a sprint grip and like, oh, I want like 2 times scope on this. Like I don't know. It doesn't work for a game like Left 4 Dead or like a simple kind of like horde shooter. It doesn't work for Gears of War horde mode. And it's what I like about fucking it's what I like about Helldivers. Like the guns have like different firing modes, but like the gun is the gun. You know what I mean? The gun is the gun. The Liberator does what the Liberator does. You can like switch the magnetism on the scope with like the D-pad or whatever, but that's built into the gun. You're not going to get a different Liberator from somebody else unless it's literally the, you know, the combat Liberator or like, you know what I mean? Like what, like a different subdivision of that gun. Just the sheer micromanaging fuckery with weapons in games like since Call of Duty has been so egregiously annoying to me.
You're gonna remember me.
Ooh, that was perfect. That was a beautiful fucking combo, dude.
Hold up, I need to heal.
Like, I think it works in Call of Duty and it works in like Battlefield and stuff like that. Like, I totally get it. But like, I don't think that doesn't belong in like, that doesn't belong in fucking a game like Back 4 Blood or Left 4 Dead, you know? You're playing to the wrong audience. Like, no one gives a shit about that. And I think the reason why it works in Call of Duty and why it works in like Battlefield and stuff is because like it like plays to the fantasy of it. You know what I mean? Like if you're in like a military like combat scenario, yeah, it would make sense that you're an expert in combat. It would make sense that you would like understand like, oh yeah, I want like a sprint grip. Oh, I want like a longer scope. Oh, I want like an extended mag. But like in the context of like a Left 4 Dead or like a fucking or in the context of like a Back 4 Blood, it's like you're not a fucking, you're just a person. You're just a normal dude surviving, like picking up guns and like trying to survive in like a zombie apocalypse. Like it doesn't, like why would Karen from accounting understand how to install the extended mag? You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't, it overreaches, I think. And it like it dilutes the concept of what makes these games fun in the first place. You know? This shotgun is held together with duct tape, but it also has a hollow sight. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It just doesn't work. To me, it would be like trying to like customize the edges of Tetris pieces. It's just like you're getting lost in the weeds now. Like, oh, this is an L, but like this L can like, this L has like a rounded end, so that way like other shapes can like slip off of it. It's like this is not what Tetris is, man. Oh, I have been blinded.
Don't let them shut us down.
What do you think is the best multiplayer game of 2024? Helldivers, for sure. So far. This will be on PS Plus by the end of the year, I think. I mean, it would. That's probably the best way they could do it, right? That's probably like the best. Like it's not going free to play, but it's not sending the game off to die because so many people have PS Plus accounts. Oh damn! One more shot, I would have been good. Yeah, there's really not many other multiplayer games. Yeah, the keep it simple, stupid method really was such a winner. Damn. They were actually a pretty good team. Tetris, but you can put a scope on the L piece? Yeah. It's just fucking, it's just silly, man. It's mucho fucking silly, as my family would say. What other heroes have you tried? I don't know. We can try some other ones. Let's give it a shot. The Knife Lady is my favorite one, though. Like, she feels more like a Quake character or like a Tribes character almost. Your view count is half the total people playing this game right now, is it? No, that can't be true. On Steam, I'm sure, yeah. That's probably true. Yeah, I don't know, the population on PlayStation at least seems relatively healthy. Have you tried out Deadlocked yet? I did a little bit. I only played it for like 5 minutes. I tried to I picked a character and did like a free roam kind of training thing. I don't really know what it is. Like, I don't really know what Deadlocked is supposed to. It's a hero shooter, but it was like a MOBA, I guess. Which I got to admit, I'm not like a big MOBA guy. So from what I played, it kind of wasn't working for me, but we'll try. We'll try this person. I don't know who this person is. Do you think Overwatch 2 would have been a success with the original premise? I don't know. I think so. I think enough people were ingratiated. Are you talking about like with a single player campaign and stuff like that? I think so, yeah. I think enough people really loved Overwatch and like were like accustomed to that world. So much so that I think people would have paid for it and it would have done well. But I don't know. Is this game worth getting? That's a big question. If the question that you're asking is the game good, I would say yes. Is it worth getting? I think is another question.
Someone cover me.
Because I kind of don't. I kind of don't think that this game has a big future with it, you know. What does that do? What is this?
You need it.
Oh, he's like a medic? Okay. Well, I'm playing this guy really incorrectly.
Let's keep it going.
Yeah, not into that.
Yes, indeed.
Well, all right, I guess.
Dome's on the move.
Yeah, I haven't played this guy before.
They got me good. I got you. Deploying smoke grenade.
Is there still no tutorial? No, there is. I don't really care about the other characters. Hey, best damage reductions. All right, let me pick this lady. Okay.
Scumbags. Intel coming your way.
All right, we'll try this lady.
Prudent choice.
This one, I played a little bit of this lady. She has like a wall that she puts up.
Healing pad right here.
Yeah. This is like a debuff.
Making my way here. Deploying healing pad.
Fuck.
Ready this time.
Yeah, they just, I don't know, man. The knife lady just so clearly feels so much better. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just, it's night and day, really.
Go here. Don't worry, I'm not far. Got your safe zone right here. Enemy position revealed. Healing pad coming up.
I need a hand.
Yeah, you could tell like this was like a favorite. Like I can tell, like I would bet so much money that like this was the character that like most, like that had like the most hours played in like testing. Because this is just so this really I would play a game where if I had a game where everybody moved around like this, I would be stoked to play it.
Enemy location revealed.
Beautiful.
Backing up the dome.
Catching up. One moment. Healing up.
What the fuck is that? Why can't I grab this if the
Healing pad
circle's
right here.
around it?
Enemy has my location.
And how does that help? How does that help me?
Falling back to heal.
Trouble here. Position compromised.
Get it.
Holy shit. There we go.
To heal.
Oh.
I'll go this way.
Uh-oh. Oh!
Right here. I'll give them something to look at.
Oh shit.
Heads up, grenade!
Hey man, how's the game so far? It's not bad. You know? It's not bad at all.
I have been spotted.
What else you been playing, Chris? I've been playing Wukong. I've been playing System Shock. I've been playing,
Relocating the dome.
what the fuck have I been playing? I've been playing a little bit of Red Dead Redemption lately as well. I feel like I've been playing a lot.
Time's going faster than Sonic these days. Hope
Hey.
life's treating you well, Chris.
It's going good, Keanu. Not too bad. I do miss the Elden Ring streams. Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of done with Elden Ring, I think. It's too much, you know?
Packing up the dome. Healing pad coming up.
I love that you gave The Order a chance. Yeah, I played The Order. I finished Infamous Second Son.
They spotted me. Damn it. Someone help me out.
Do you think Fair Games will be free to play after seeing what Concord's performance is right now? Probably. I mean, it's fair. Dude, look. We don't know the numbers for Concord on PlayStation yet. I would assume. I would assume that it's not doing very well. I know it's getting murdered on Steam, but it might be doing better on PlayStation. It's hard to tell, but I will say
Deploying healing pad.
it's looking pretty bad. It's looking pretty bleak to the point where, like, yeah, I think if Fair Games was trying to be like a $40 game, I think they're probably going to look at it differently now. You have to have a PSN to play online. I don't know. I think so. I don't think you have to pay for it, but I think you have to log in, because otherwise hackers could just come in and completely fuck up the PSN. But dude, yeah, you see this? There's 3 players on PC, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on PlayStation. So, like, I have to assume that it's doing, like, at least kind of okay on PlayStation, right? Like, it can't be fucking horrendous. Although horrendous is, like, subjective, I guess. It probably is doing horrendous for a AAA first-party game, but I don't know. There's at least, like, I don't think there's, like, 300 players, you know what I mean? Wasn't it, like, 49th in sales? Is it? I haven't seen that yet. That's bad, man. That's pretty bad. Have you noticed the same players in multiple matches? I haven't kept an eye out for that, to be fair. So I don't know. This game didn't do microtransactions or battle passes, and it's sadly paying the price. Yeah. I don't know. We could try, like, I just don't want to play as any other character that isn't the knife lady. Like, there's...
Those bounty cards are valuable.
Yeah, man, I don't know. This game's got a rough go ahead of it. I'm very curious to see, like, what
Ready to
happens.
take care of business?
Hey, got someone here.
Oh, come on. I threw that knife. Chris, I saw one of your retweets and was disappointed to find out that there's a canceled Crash Spyro crossover. Yeah. It was very sad.
That's right.
Oh, okay. I hate how it goes third person when dodging. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I've seen it done worse. Like, I'm reminded of like Halo 4 or whatever, where like that was like, that felt really disgusting. What the fuck?
Just like that.
Oh, this is the kill confirmed game mode.
Falling back to heal. Someone help me out.
Okay. Noted.
Hold up, I need to heal. Incoming grenade.
Yeah, I don't know. This knife lady just feels too good. No, you're thinking of Halo 5, I think? No, Halo 4. There was a thruster pack ability in Halo 4 that, like, pulled you in third person in a really awkward... I'm pretty sure Halo 5 was first person thrusters and all that stuff. Everything was first person.
I need a hand.
Oh, fuck. I didn't mean to clamber. I have 1 HP.
Falling back to heal.
That is crazy. Later, pussy. Oh no. How long before Halo Infinite is on PS5? I really don't know. It feels more and more possible as time goes on, doesn't it? Oh, come on. It's so finicky. Give me health.
I need to heal.
Oh. One thing I will say about this game that I actually think is pretty good. You can really tell. That they put a lot of effort into sound design, specifically when it comes to like being able to hear enemies' footsteps and stuff. Because like a lot of games try that and are fucking terrible. You know what I mean? But like in this game, you can actually like really accurately tell like where people are walking if they're running around you. I do appreciate that. Whoa! Ah, I got pincered. I don't want MCC for campaigns, but MCC's multiplayer is infested with hackers and is unplayable. Yeah, if they move... If they bring the Master Chief Collection to PS5, or PlayStation in general, I think that'd be really smart and really cool. But they would have to, like, reinvest into it.
I need a
Because right now it's like it's pretty unplayable.
They're all over me.
Almost there. Keep it up. Deploying healing pad.
If somehow Halo goes to PS, though, what? If somehow Halo goes to PS, though Xbox isn't coming back. I mean, guys, I don't know what to. I don't know how much longer we're gonna have to play this game of like pretending like Xbox isn't done already. Like it's over, you know what I mean? Like it's done. Like they're gonna go away. At least the hardware is. Like it's over. And I don't say that as like a PlayStation fan. I say that as like, you know, I'm an Xbox fan. I'm like the resident Xbox guy on the PlayStation podcast that we do. You know what I mean? Like I'm always the guy who's like, you know, going to bat for them. And like on the show, it's usually like I'm the person taking the side of like I actually think it's more interesting the stuff that Xbox does. I think Pentiment's more interesting. I think Hi-Fi Rush is more interesting. I think even Halo Infinite, for as flawed as it is like way more interesting than something like, I don't know, fucking Days Gone. You know what I mean? I think they make more interesting games with less production value, but like games that are like more games than anything else. And so I'm always going to bat for Xbox, but like they're clearly Sega. You know what I mean? Like they're clearly the Sega of the modern era. Like they're going to go multi-platform. You know? Like that is just that's the long and short of it. Like what's happening right now with like like it's just so obvious. Xbox won't die even without any exclusives. They're fine. Microsoft has infinite pockets. Well, here's what I'm saying. Here's what I mean when I say that. I don't think Xbox is going to die in the sense that like Xbox as a brand or Xbox game studios are going to stop making games. What I'm saying is you will play Halo on a PlayStation. You know, you will play Gears of War on a PlayStation. You will not play God of War on an Xbox. You will not play The Last of Us on an Xbox. You know, they're just out of the conversation, really. What the fuck? Version mismatch. What the hell? Yeah, they're going to be like the biggest third-party publisher in the world. Is what's going to happen. You know what I mean? And they might make their own machines. I don't know like really what their plan is for the long-term future, but I really just think like the writing is so clearly on the wall. Like the fact that Sea of Thieves went to PlayStation and it's selling like crazy, the fact that Pentiment, Hi-Fi Rush, all these games are moving over, like that's not nothing, you know? The fact that Indiana Jones was like going to be this big exclusive and it got announced with a release date that then was like, oh, we're coming to PS5 later. It's just like, it's over, dude. And I actually don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever. I think it's a shame that Sony is going to lose a fierce competitor, but the reality is that Xbox hasn't been a fierce competitor to Sony in a very, very long time. And again, that's not like that's not a PlayStation fan saying that. It's just like an objective, you know, read of the situation. Like, the Xbox Series consoles are really good machines. Like, I love my Series X. I think it's great. I use it for pretty much everything, you know? But it's selling worse than the Xbox One did at this point. And that's not good. Especially when we know from internal memos that, like, Xbox, like, higher-ups at Microsoft were considering killing the Xbox when it was going down to Xbox One numbers. So the fact that it's currently, like, below that, that's not good. I don't know, really. I just have a feeling that some people don't care about exclusives and some people just buy Xboxes instead of PlayStation, and that's it. Like, I can't play those games on PC, and you don't see me playing a PS5. I don't think that that's not true, but I think the majority of people are going to ask themselves, it's like, well, why am I going to spend $500 on a machine? You just run into the obvious... So you run into the obvious conversation, right? We're like, okay, listen. Both of these machines cost $500, right? Both of these machines are offering exclusive games, right? One of these machines has exclusives that have never and will never come to the opposing platform. The other one has exclusives that will come to the opposing platform. What reason do you have to buy the machine that doesn't give you the most games? You know what I mean? Like, and keep in mind that I say this as somebody who has a preference for Xbox. Like, I think the controller on Xbox is way better. I'm literally using it right now to play Concord. I like Xbox Live as like an ecosystem. I like the way that the menus are set up. I like the way that it interacts with my media devices more. Like I prefer the Xbox genuinely. But even I'm at a point where it's just like, well, let's say the next generation comes around, right? I have a PC already. I want a new console. What am I like? Why? What reason would I have to even get the next Xbox? Knowing that if there's really an exclusive of any consequence that's going to come to it, it's going to be on the PlayStation eventually anyway. You know, just from like a financial perspective, like what good reason is there to buy another Xbox at this point? I don't know if there's a good answer to that. Outside of just like you prefer Xbox and, you know, you have all of your games on there. But like even that's like a weird, even that's a situation where like, okay, well, I have all my games on here. Like how's that going to interact with the fact that this console ecosystem is clearly going to go away? I don't know. And again, I'm not talking about this as far as like, I really hate the console war like frame of this because I think it's like really immature and really dumb. Just looking at this just objectively, like just from like an analyst perspective and just from like a top-down view of like the economics and the just the objective offerings on the table. It's just like it looks. I don't know. I mean, if Sony does fully commit to PC ports, there won't be a reason to ever have a console again unless you simply can't afford a PC. No, I think there will always be a reason to have a console because people don't, regardless of how many people would like to claim otherwise, people don't like having a fucking PC in their living room. Like it's annoying. The majority of people don't like it. It's inconvenient. It's cumbersome. Dude, even just to play Black Myth Wukong on PC, I saw people like fucking, they had to like back up drivers on an SD card and like it's console is casual, it's easy, it's simple, it works. That's the allure of console. Nobody's buying a console because they think it's the most powerful thing in the world. They're buying a console because it's like a really easy way to play games. Like I will never not get a console. The issue is I used to get both because both had things worth playing and both had things to offer. And now it's kind of at the point where it's like, well, the PlayStation is going to have everything the Xbox has anyway. So what reason do I have to get an Xbox? Is kind of the situation. I don't know. Console is simple. That's the best selling point. Yeah. Dude, I love PC, right? I'm on a PC right now. I tried having a PC in the living room, and it was the most fucking annoying, egregious, cumbersome. Like, it's not even close to, like, the experience of having a console in the living room versus, like, a PC is it really is fucking night and day, especially now that everything just works with it. Like, if I want to watch a video, I could just, like, cast it to the fucking PlayStation. Or I could just, like, or if I want to listen to music, I could just cast it to the fucking, you know what I mean? It's just so much fucking better. But as far as, like, a financial decision. Like, people are going to be asking themselves, it's like, what is the point of getting an Xbox? And I think that's a valid question, and it's one that Microsoft doesn't really have a good answer to, because I feel like we all know what's coming. Like, Indiana Jones is coming to PS5. Sea of Thieves is coming to is on PS5 already. Hi-Fi Rush, fucking Pentiment. Do we think Starfield's not coming to PS5? Starfield's coming to PS5. And I guess the only remaining question is, like, will Fable ever come? Will Gears of War ever come? Will Halo ever come? And there was a time where I would have been like, probably not, but I don't know if that's the case anymore, dude. You know? We'll try some of these other modes. Yeah, Elder Scrolls is definitely coming to PlayStation.
More.
Hey, thank you for the Prime. Yeah, it seems like Xbox games are coming more timed exclusives, yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing, too. There's going to be a PS5 Pro, which means there's probably going to be a boost in performance for a lot of games that are coming from Xbox to PlayStation, which means Sea of Thieves on console is probably, like, the best place you're going to be able to play that game is probably on PS5 Pro. It's weird, dude. Like, Microsoft really fucked themselves in a lot of different ways. At least if their intention was to continue to stay in the market that they're in. It could very well be that their entire plan is like, dude, we want to go into third-party publishing. Like, why would we want to spend the money doing R&D for consoles that we lose money on when we can just make a shit ton of money selling on PlayStation with like a fraction of the cost? Like, it very well could be that that's their long-term plan, and that would actually make sense, and that would probably actually put Xbox in a way stronger position than they've ever been in. But it would come at the it would come at the cost of the console. So I don't know. It's an interesting. We've never seen anything like this, quite frankly. Like, we've seen this happen to Sega, but that was a different ecosystem. We didn't have to worry about like online ecosystems. We didn't have to worry about you know, persistent libraries or account information. Like, this is the first time that we've had to deal with this with modern problems. And, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know what the future holds. But, like, if I were a betting man, I would say Halo's coming to PlayStation at some point. I don't know if it'll be the collection. I don't know if it'll be Infinite. I don't know if it'll be fucking, I don't know, those twin stick shooters. Oh, hold on. Sweeney's asking me to jump in. The Scoured. Okay.
Rivals have control of the zone. Take it back.
Can you hear me? Your mic is muted, it says.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Dude, those characters in the game look awful. They look really bad.
Yeah, they're terribly designed.
They look really bad, dude. I was like looking at it and I was like, that black woman looks like almost an alien from Star Wars, but not really.
It's not great. She plays well though, which is a shame. It just means It just means the art team really let the game down.
It's painful, very painful. We ain't convinced Chris to like Digimon. If you didn't like Digimon as a kid, you're not gonna like it as an adult. It's too late.
I liked it as a kid. I just can't.
I
don't like card games.
Kid, then you hold on to it. Well, no, it's in general the things, the Digimon and stuff. Like, I like the card games, that's like card games in general, but I'm playing this as a decent card game. Like, if it wasn't Digimon, I might have tried it, but I wouldn't have stayed on it.
Yeah.
But it being like a
right, sorry, I forgot to swap it.
You say Digimon toys? I mean, of course he did. He's a fucking 90s kid. At that age, it was hard not to have Digimon and Pokemon and Dragon Ball toys and shit. If you didn't, you would get made fun of.
Yeah, it was a survival.
You were like, you don't play Pokemon? Break his kneecaps and eat him.
Chris, you ever play with gyro aiming? No, I don't like that.
Like the gyroscopic aiming thing, like in the Switch?
Like in Zelda, like it's
that shit is madman stuff.
It's fine.
It's more
for
interactive though.
It's cool for like a single player game. Like I think a multiplayer game would be completely fucked. I just don't.
Does she just throw knives?
Yeah, she's like a throwing knife character. But she moves like Quake or something. Like she slides and like hops.
Oh, can other characters not slide?
They can, but they don't. I don't know. There's something about like I think they have different movement types. Like 'cause there's definitely some who are like slow as fuck because they're like tanks. But it's like annoyingly slow.
I think the hero shooter genre is just gonna lose really hard to Marvel Rivals because of the fact that it's like heroes in general.
Well, it's Marvel and it's free, so like
Marvel's free and mechanically very solid. I'm surprised the Chinese company that made like mobile games is able to make such a good shooting game. Like such a fun shooting game too.
Ooh.
The balance, we'll see what happens, obviously, but like.
Yeah, I think Marvel Rivals is gonna do well. I'll try it out. I can't imagine that I will.
The open alpha was wildly well received. I was like, I liked it a lot, but I'm a Marvel fan. It's like a game for Marvel fans, genuinely. Other than being a shooter, like being a fan of shooting games. But then I played and I was like, oh, this is mechanically pretty fucking good.
Oh, do we have to? Oh, this is like capture the point, I guess.
Hold up, I need to heal.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Chris, you've been awesome on Sacred recently in light of Dustin's absence from the show. Thank you, man.
If you use gyro gaming, you're a real gamer if you do that. You're like actually a real gamer.
You're a
real.
You're a gamist at that point.
I'm a professional gamist. Imagine liking Marvel in 2024. I mean, I've loved Marvel comics since 1990, fucking like 9 probably. Maybe
I like Marvel. I'm just it's just a lot.
I mean,
it's just oversaturated. That's really it.
They're taking a break right now, and I think that's a good thing. Finally,
it's honestly the same way that I feel about like Black Myth Wukong, where it's just like I don't know. When I play like a game that like feels like a Souls game, it's just like all right, I get it. Like I've played so many of these.
Always an MCU with 2 different things. That's very true.
The way this character moves sucks. I mean,
that's pretty. It reminds me of like those games and they're like just knifing the fucking railways and they're sliding.
Oh yeah, it's like Counter Strike. She moves like CS:GO's knife surfing.
There you go.
Which I like.
Even the way she holds her knife, I think that's on purpose though. Actually.
The only thing that would make it feel a lot better is if there was like an incel making fun of like a minority like over it. You know what I mean? Then it would feel. Then it would feel really at home.
You ever realized how weird homosexual people are and he's knifing the fucking railway sliding? You're like, just how strange. Like, not even bad, like, just strange, you know?
So this fucking queer thinks this, and I hate it.
Fucking leafy tier.
Leafy coated.
He got fucking Hakkai'd off the platform. I think that's crazy.
I need health. Yeah, the fact that this game really shot itself in the foot by like costing as much as it like this would have been a fine free to play.
It costs money.
It's $40.
You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. For a game that looks like this, you're out of your mind.
That's what I said.
Your fucking mind. You got a code clearly.
Well, no, I bought it.
Really?
Because it's my job to cover this stuff.
Couldn't possibly.
But.
Yeah. I understand now, like your means of income, but I couldn't possibly.
Our crew has control of the zone.
I think they just like really did not. $40 is not that bad. Holistically, no. It's not bad in a vacuum. I think Is there $40 worth of value in this game? Yeah, I think so. I think theoretically, like in a vacuum, it's a steal for $40 technically, but we're not in a vacuum. You know, we're in an environment, we're in an ecosystem where there are plenty of hero shooters that, you know, even if they're not as like mechanically sound, are just a lot more pleasing and a lot more interesting. Like Marvel Rivals, like I don't really care that much about Marvel Rivals as a game. Like I could give a fuck, but the fact that it's free has me interested to try it out. You know what I mean? The fact that it's a free to play game,
entirely free, entirely. You can
Right.
buy costumes if you want to support the people that make them, but you don't have to spend a single dime to get anything play wise in that game. And that's that's another thing what shot Overwatch themselves in the foot too. But Overwatch 2 in general is a disaster upon launch. It just didn't stick the landing well at all.
there's just too many games that fulfill this niche for a fraction, if not zero cost. And I think that's really the ultimate issue.
Why not just buy this? And
It's
play
not
the
like-
other games? Why would you do that?
Well,
Why
yeah,
would you
like
buy a game you're not gonna play really? Why would you buy a game that more people are not gonna play it by yourself and have less fun, and get a game that's free, and then spend your time buying the cosmetics that you would choose to enjoy, along with playing with a bunch of other people?
yeah. Yeah, it just doesn't it just doesn't really make a lot of sense to do that. Your average person isn't going to spend money on something that
You could play Fortnite for infinitely more value. Dude, what
That's
Fortnite
true.
is and what it was is such a... Fortnite is pretty much like a fucking editing tool damn near now.
the reason Helldivers could charge 40 was because it didn't have any real competition. Well, Helldivers could charge $40 because Helldivers was serving an audience that wasn't really served.
Yeah.
Like I cannot remember the last time a game like Helldivers came out. Probably like the late 2000s probably.
Probably Helldivers 1.
Even that's like
best.
barely. Like that's a co-op kind of physics-driven clusterfuck. Like that's almost a party game. You know what I mean? Which is fun. Everybody loves that shit. Helldivers is great. It's probably like my game of the year so far. But like, there was no other game like that. And for $40, like yeah, I'll play $40. Like the fact. It should tell you a lot that so many people were willing to pay $40 for Helldivers and no one's willing to pay $40 for this. Like, that alone should tell you, like, no, we're good, dude. We're good.
I'll go this way.
Like, we have this. This is, like, absolutely, like, we have Overwatch at home. And again, it's not that it's bad. It's pretty competently designed. There's definitely, like, a lot of, there's Bungie people on the team here, and I can tell because it feels like it. But
Deploying healing pad.
they don't got Bungie's art team, I'll tell you that much.
I mean, Bungie barely got their art team, you know?
That's true, yeah. Yeah, like they got the gameplay people from Bungie for sure, because it feels good to play. But like the art people were from like I don't even know.
Melon.
They got the Coco Melon art director. That's fucking crazy.
Actually, no, that should it would look better if it was Cocomelon's art director.
That's
One thing
I don't know
I
about
give
that one.
Cocomelon is those color. Like, I've looked at that show and I've been like, this shit. If I was little, I would not be able to get up from watching this.
Helldivers is fairly unique in its niche space. Yeah, there's really nothing like Helldivers. Like, it's a cross between, like, Halo 3 ODST and, like, Gears of War 2 Horde mode, and it's like, these are all old things.
Got the fucking Blue Pals art team for fucking...
They got the baby... They got the... Did you say Zoo Pals?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Ribbit, Zoo Pals. Zoo Pals.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a good game. I can't in good faith recommend it because I just don't really believe that this game's going to be alive in like a year. You know what I mean? Like, the quality of something doesn't really matter at that point. Like, if it was a single player game and it, like, if this was like a single player game that was $40, that was like a little bit like whatever, like I could more confidently recommend it. just because like it doesn't require hundreds of and thousands of other people to be on board with it to get your money's worth. But like I don't know, man.
This game looks like they copied Star Wars in all the most boring ways.
Doesn't even it's like not Guardians of the Galaxy.
Like it looks like they took like, oh, let's just make all the humans from Star Wars and put them in a game. And it's like, what about all like the weird shit? And they were like, nah, chill.
Well, the weird shit is gross.
It's gross if it's not human. I don't like that shit. Literally, it's all the boring aspects of Star Wars design. It doesn't fucking look cool. I mean, they chose to have a black woman in the game. What the fuck?
That's really the biggest problem I have with it.
Ew.
Yeah.
Why would you choose that on purpose?
Helldivers 2 came out, is releasing in September. Wait, Starship Troopers Extermination, which had an open beta since before Helldivers 2 came out, and is releasing in September. It's criminal that Helldivers is getting more attention because it's not as good. I know the game you're talking about, and that is not true. Helldivers is far and away is a lot better.
What game are you talking about?
There's like a Starship Troopers like official game coming out.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, our friends worked on that game.
Yeah, you have to understand, Helldivers is good not because of Star Troopers. It's good because it's fun, and it's good because
it takes inspiration from Star Troopers for sure.
Oh, for sure. But like, what's fun about it? Like, that exact game would be fun without that skin on it. Like, what's fun about that game is like the chaos of it. You know what I mean? Helldivers was better, but the devs are fucking stupid and ruined their own game. I don't know, man. I played Helldivers 2 last night and I had a pretty good time. Like, I don't, I know what people are talking about, like when, like, oh, developers like they just over tweak their game. Like, they're just like, this is not balanced, or this is, you know, we gotta nerf this, we gotta buff that. Which to me is just it's a very silly thing to do for like a co-op game. Like,
that shit ruins games, man.
Yeah, you
that
shouldn't.
Shit ruins games.
Like I get it. I get it in a PvP context. Why you would have to like address certain things really quickly because it's affecting other people. But like in a game like Helldivers, it's like, is it really a problem if a certain gun is too strong, or if like I don't know. I just don't see the impetus. But it's still fun.
I just don't get it.
Sometimes imbalance is what makes a game fun. Dead by Daylight players can attest to that. Well, dude, that's like, I would argue that that's like the core thing that makes a lot of games fun.
The unbalanced nature of things, yeah.
Yeah, you don't need like this pristine balance all the time.
I think at times you can utilize aspects of the game that are like silly and have fun. I think that obviously when there's something that's truly like completely unbalanced, you fix that, you know, like,
yeah,
like that needs to be fixed, you know. But like at the end of the day, like even Halo 5, right? Halo 5, the pistol was probably the best gun in the game. And I think that was sort of fine, you know. Obviously in Infinite they toned it down, they made it a very solid weapon, but I think it's a thing, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it makes more sense in PvP. I don't understand why you would like overbalance a PvE game. Like it just seems like really weird. I mean, God bless with this game. Fuck the internet. I hope it does well. End of the day, a game that sells is what matters. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I don't have a lot of faith in this, but it's good. You know, I hope the developers are able to like not get fucked, you know.
Well, yes,
but
again.
that's unlikely.
Yes, again.
Somebody knocking on my, I can't tell if someone's knocking on my door or if people are doing construction. Hold on, let me see.
We're trying to invade your house, dude.
I mean, whatever. Fucking get me. I think they're just building something. So my guess is they're keeping the game alive for a while. We'll see. We shall see, man. I think I'm done with Concord, though, for today. What do we got? They're building a Concord statue in honor of you. I am the biggest Concord streamer. Have you played Wukong yet? Yeah, I'm not into it. I don't think it's bad. It's just kind of like...
I wouldn't call that game a Souls-like game, but I do understand people could be like, meh.
It's not a Souls-like game, really. Like, when I say it feels like Souls, I need to really clarify that this is not like... There are games that are not Souls-like that feel like Souls. Right? Like, there's... And I think we all know this intrinsically whenever we play different types of games. Like, when we play a third-person game, when we play Grand Theft Auto, when you move around, or Red Dead Redemption, when you move around, that's a third-person action game. But it doesn't feel like Souls. Infamous doesn't feel like Souls.
It really makes you
Wukong,
feel like...
Wukong feels like Souls. Stellar Blade feels like Souls. You know?
It really makes you feel like Spider-Man.
Metal Gear Solid doesn't feel like Souls. You know what I mean? Like, there's different types of, like, 3D... There's different types of third-person games, and there's different types of first-person games. Like, it just kind of feels like there's a feel to them, and you know it when you see it. It's like porn. Where it's just like, that's clearly porn.
The chiropractor videos?
Yeah.
This is porn. You're not admitting it, but this is porn.
But yeah, it's like, yeah, I don't know. I think I just feel burnout from these types of games, man. It's just, we had, and Final Fantasy VII isn't exactly like, it's not really a Souls-like either. It doesn't feel like Souls when you move around. That feels like its own kind of thing. That feels like Final Fantasy. But even that's just like, you know, I played Final Fantasy. I played, you know, Stellar Blade. I played Elden Ring for like 100 more hours. And so, like, Wukong comes along, and it's just like, I'm good, dude. Like, I get it. It's cool that it's from China, and it's cool that it's got like its own kind of like flavor to it. But like, I'm really kind of China. There's so many Chinas.
There's so many China. I said, wow, that's a lot of China.
I said, wow.
Final Fantasy VII burned me the fuck out. Rebirth gave me some sort of lingering burnout for real. I love that game. I thought
yeah,
it was really fun.
I got
it's
like
long though. It is a long fucking game though. 100%. That cannot be a game you're playing during you're playing anything else. You got to play that one game.
Yeah.
And get finished with.
I played it up to Gold Saucer.
The ending is so fucking cool. That's why you played all the other games. It's a really good ending to the game, but it's also
every other Final Fantasy.
Every other Final Fantasy 7.
Oh,
still like 4.
Yeah, I played up to Gold Saucer, and I was like, look at all these mini games you could do, and I was like, I think I'm done. I think I'm okay.
That's a game for someone who's invested in it, man. Like
I just put it down because the way that I figure it was just like, listen, I'll stop playing it, and then I'll just pick it up later, and I'll treat it as if like this is the third one. You know, I'll just pick off from Gold Saucer.
I think you got to be invested, man. It's a lot of fucking. It takes a lot, though.
It's too much, man. It's just like.
The problem with JRPGs in general, I can't play JRPGs anymore because they take too long. Like,
I don't think.
They have no clue how to fucking make a game like a reasonable.
There are so few games that justify how long they are, and it's kind of a shame. Like, they really overstay their welcome. Like, even games that I really like do this. Red Dead Redemption 2 does this to some extent. Death Stranding does this to some extent.
I think Red Dead does it too, but it sticks to landing better than any other game, probably.
Kind of. I don't know. I could have done it without the epilogue, but I think
You don't have to play the epilogue though. It'll set you up for the beginning of what you call it. One.
yeah, I know. It's
You
just
don't
kind
need
of
to play
like,
that.
but it's another 7 hours, 8 hours.
One sec.
I hated that God of War Ragnarok did that because by the end I just wanted to be done with the story. Yeah, like there's really just not a lot of it's just the games are too long. Like I find like my favorite games often are the ones that like they're like 7 to 15 hours are like my favorite games because they're easy to recommend to people. It's like, dude, play this. It's not a time sink. You're gonna love it. It's good. It's tight. It's just good shit. I think it's why the PS3 360 generation is like my favorite generation because like I do think the PS2, PS1, N64, Xbox, like that era, there's a lot of replayability in those games, but really those games are over pretty quick.
I'm a person that stands by I love RPGs. And I think by the time you get done with an RPG, a well done one at least, like I think Mass Effect 2. By the time I was done with Mass Effect 2, I was emotionally attached to every person I was a part of. And that game's like 100 hours if you do everything.
Yeah, but no, it's not.
If you do everything, I think it's up now. Well, that's maybe exaggeration. Maybe like 55 hours if we do everything. Because I've finished all of it. I had nothing else left to do in Mass Effect 2. And in Mass Effect 3, I just finished it like...
Mass Effect 2 is Mass Effect 2, the RPG, is about 24, 25 hours. And if you want to see everything, it's like 50.
I did everything in that game, and I was
absolutely everything.
And with Baldur's Gate 3, I think Baldur's Gate 3 is a long fucking game, but I think by Act 2, all you want to do is keep playing the game more. Which is a long fucking time, which I agree, it's a really long time sink, but I think that's why you play those games only while you're playing those games.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to sit down and I'm going to play Baldur's Gate 3. I'm not going to play Baldur's Gate 3 while jumping into this other game. For you, that's hard because that's your job. Every fucking 3 weeks, a new big game comes out you have to play. And that kind of fucks your gaming experience. Because while you're playing a game you might enjoy, you're like, I should probably be playing this to be able to talk about it for Sacred. Which is genuinely very likely annoying.
Well, I just also just don't gravitate to games that are too long. Like, I think...
Act 2 made me stop playing. Act 2 was a fucking masterpiece. I guess. Like, I think Act 3 is a little weak because obviously the ending of stories is always kind of weak in games. It's in storytelling. Act 3 of things usually falls short always. You just gotta end it. And people are like, oh, you gotta end it in like a really concise way. People are like, I don't really like it. But
I can't hear you.
Well, I was saying that like the third act of most things kind of suck. This nature of my storytelling. I can't think of many things that have an amazing third act.
Are you talking like really far away from your mic?
Am I that far? I'm not too far away. Am I that far from my mic?
You're telling me you don't want to play the next 200-hour Assassin's Creed? Yeah, like it's just it's too much, dude. Like when I finished Dead Space, I was so happy. Like I couldn't believe, like, oh, this is exact. Like Resident Evil 4 also, it's just like this is exactly what I'm looking for, man. Like this is exactly perfect. Because at a certain,
right now,
yeah. I jump into Red Dead 2. Like I play Red Dead 2 still. Like I have it on my PlayStation, but like I don't play it seriously. Like I played through it already. Like now I'm just going on. I turn it on to just go on random sprees. But I'm not like going through the story mode of that game again. That's a sandbox to me now. That's like Legos at this point, where I'm going around lassoing people off of trains.
I'm at the point in the game where Arthur's talking to the nun about dying, and it's like, damn, this is a really good part, and I'm sad.
Yeah. Resident Evil 4 seems so stretched out. I love RE2 Remake as fun, shorter, but clean reruns. Resident Evil 4 was like, what? Like,
I think 4 is better than 2, actually, and I love 2.
That depends on what you're looking for, I guess.
I think the final boss fight of with Krauser and shit was kind of dumb. I didn't like that fight ever, though, if I'm being honest. But I think 4 is a great game.
Yeah. I'm playing a ton of shorter PS3, early PS4 era games recently, and the experience of being able to pick up and finish a game in 3 to 5 days feels real good. Yeah, it's really great. Like, dude, in the last week, I was able to get through, what, fucking Infamous Second Son, The Order, and I ended up finishing that Immortals of Avium game, which is like a very old school kind of game, by the way. And it was great. Like, that was like way better. Like, I miss that. Because now when a game comes out, it's just like, am I going to finish that? Probably not. It's like 30 to 70 hours. Like, I'm not going to do that. Because the thing about it is, it's like, if you spend 70 hours playing something, that is like, think about how many dead spaces that is. You know, think about how many Resident Evil fucking 2s that is. Like, there's so many great games that you could fit in that 70 hours. And in reality, like, that 70 hours is probably not going to be all that satisfying compared to, like, all of those other ones.
It depends.
There's very few games that do that, man.
It depends on the game you're playing, man. Some games are built for that long experience. Not all, but some.
Yeah. But I think too many are getting too comfortable getting too long. Like, there's no reason why God of War Ragnarok needs to be as long as it is. Like, it just doesn't need that. Especially if you're just going to rush Ragnarok at the end. Like, are you serious? You had me, like, walk through a fucking field for 2 hours picking daisies, but then you're going to run through Ragnarok in 12 minutes? That was so annoying.
That game had some very annoying parts, for sure.
I disagree. Ragnarok was perfect length for me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember how long. I think I put like 40 something hours into it.
That game's too long. There's a lot of parts that don't need to be in a game, actually.
I just feel like Ragnarok should have been like 30 hours max. People bitch about games being shitty now, and I can sympathize on some level, but also a shit ton back. Yeah, there's just too many. It's when people say there's no games to play, I really marvel at them because there's really so fucking much. It's insane. Sweet's still talking in the mic from the other side of the room. His mic might just be fucked up. The anticlimactic nature of the ending of Ragnarok has my jaw on the floor. Yeah. Anyway, we did a little Concord stream. I'm gonna go make myself some soup. But I'll catch you guys sometime. I don't know. I'm probably not gonna be streaming in the next like week or two because it's just busy as fuck. But appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye. Whoa. Whoa. Oh my God.